It was not a war, it was a genocide, said this woman inside the Buenos Aires legislature. It happened during a ceremony organized to honor the victims of left-wing fighting groups in the countries during the 1970s. Organized by Victoria Villarroel, who is running for the vice presidency with far-right candidate Javier Mile, who got 30% of the votes in the primaries in August.
In the 1970s, 17 armed organizations, mostly of the extreme left thousands of victims, attacked Argentinians and foreign civilians, and those wearing uniforms. They've never been honored.
It was a violent period in Argentina. Former strongman Juan Perón was forced out of office in 1955, and his massive political movement was banned from participating in elections. His followers and left-wing rebels started to build up armed movements to fight back. Perón was allowed to return, but the ongoing political violence did not stop. The military took over power in 1976 and began a cleansing campaign that left thousands of fighters, politicians, students and labor union leaders tortured, disappeared and killed.
What happened in the 1970s and 80s continues to be an extremely sensitive issue in this country. For this people, the gathering that took place inside the Buenos Aires legislature is a vindication of state terrorism and a provocation ahead of the presidential elections in October.
Argentina has already put on trial thousands of former members of the security forces involved in human rights abuses. Vilma Ripoll says far-right candidate Javier Milei is reopening all wounds.
Doing an event like the one today is like doing it for Hitler and giving them a golden office. But us activists, we get barricaded response.
Marcelo Larraqui says the discourse by the far right in Argentina is damaging the country's collective memory that promised to never again repeat the abuses of the past.
What these people say now is that once they make it to power, they can forgive the members of the military detained. They don't recognize the dictatorship, and if they do, they see it as some abuses were committed by a captain or police officer, and not as if it was a systematic plan that the justice system proved existed.
Presidential elections are only 1.5 months away, and polls show Javier Milei has a real chance of becoming the country's next president. His followers vow to rewrite Argentina's modern history. But thousands on the street say they will fight back.